Hello and welcome to another episode of TSF Reviews. Today we will be reviewing WWE Crown Jewel 2021. Joining me is Sohaib. And he will be reviewing the experience from the TV, and since I was there, so I will be sharing my review in attendance. So yes, shall we start? We
which
will be doing the match
which
by
probably gets more credit, which probably gets more credit, because you were there live.
yeah. Okay, so we'll start with the pre-show. So it was Usos versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. For so, how's your experience with it? What's your review with it?
Yeah, as far as kickoff matches goes, it was a good one because obviously the two teams in question, they are talented. That's all we know. But also just since they've been part of the bloodline, they have been amazing, and the right result, obviously, and a good match overall. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, whenever Usos are there, it's an exciting match, and the crowd was very loud because it was the first match. Even though the stadium was not full because I was outside, I didn't really watch the full match. I watched like half the match because it was a whole line till I don't know, like 50 meters line or something. So I was watching it from outside basically, but it was a good match. Whenever the Usos are there, it's a good match, and well, you can literally hear the beatings. It's not like people say okay, you know it's fake and this and that. You can literally hear it.
Yeah,
So
the Usos are really over in Saudi Arabia.
yeah,
That's what I've noticed.
a lot Usos and the whole family.
True.
So you're good with the result, or you wanted Shelton or and
No. I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief, so the bloodline win for me is very for me.
good. Same. Okay, so Usos won for those who are watching. And so the main event started with Edge versus Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match. That was something to watch. Your, your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I mean, just give your reactions to actually watching a Hell in a Cell match. Like,
Okay, I wasn't expecting the first match to be in Hell in a Cell. I was expecting some other matches first, but when the whole theme started and then the cage started coming down, it was like, oh, this is the first match. So plus they take up people. All respect to them. I mean, we could literally hear things and we could literally feel things, each and everything. So it was a very good match. I am very happy that Edge won because I wanted Edge to win. I was rooting for Edge in this, but Rollins was a lot. Like all respect to Rollins, he made a show for the Hell in a Cell. Your thoughts for this?
uh, I think for me, at least, it was match of the night. I mean, to start off with, such a strong match, because obviously, when there's a match that's Rollins and Edge in it, the match would be good. Both are extremely hard workers in the ring, and they showed it. The spots they pulled off, the Edge pushing Rollins off the ladder, the power bomb on the table by Rollins, and especially that super kick with the chain. Ouch! That was ouch. Yeah, I mean, I think I was stolen up at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, but overall, a great match. A great match. I think for me, at least, the best Saudi Arabia match probably of all. Easily.
I would definitely put it out there in the top three because I'm confused with
Ah,
another match, but I would definitely put it out in the top three matches.
true.
So next match I will rate this a solid 9. This match was a solid 9.
Exactly. Same for me. 9 out of
Next match was, the homeboy Mansoor versus our homeboy Mustafa Ali. And I
10.
believe
The local Undertaker versus.
this was the only match which we were booing the Riyadh boy, and we were like in support for Mustafa Ali in the whole stadium. And actually, people were looking at us. So I was disappointed, but I actually knew the result because it was for sure they'll make Mansoor win. And the ending was weird for me because I really thought that because Tariq Hamdi came in the end, Saudi silver medal.
Hmm.
And I really thought maybe I didn't know Tariq, it was Tariq Hamdi. I was thinking maybe they're making a new debut for some other guy. And when I like listened to the chants because I didn't watch Olympics at all, and it was like, ah, shit, this was weird. I didn't really want this, but it I didn't really like the match, but I know the backstory for it because Mustafa Ali also said that he wanted this to happen after the match. So I will give this
Hmm.
match maybe a four out of 10.
I mean, this match was there to just get a pop out of the crowd. There was no other purpose for this match. Even in storyline perspective, uh, Mansoor and Mustafa Ali were having a good tag team moment, and they had to break it up just for this match. There was no other reason at all for this tag team to break up suddenly out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, Mansoor is on a Undertaker kind of streak in Saudi Arabia with 4-0 now.
I saw the meme.
Although he hasn't won, yeah, he hasn't won anything in actual Raw or SmackDown. But at least he's winning in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it was like a filler match. In other words.
Yeah, yeah. More like to cool people down from Hell in a Cell to
Yeah.
focus on the rest of the match.
The next match
What
was
what's
an
that?
interesting one. It was the RK Pro versus AJ Styles and Omos. Okay, the entrance was something else.
Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia really loves Randy Orton. I mean, wow, how that support there, the crowd popping for Randy was huge.
Yeah, plus I never really like thought they were like huge, but when we see them up close, these guys are huge, like proper huge. Uh, From the TV, we just see okay, he's a normal guy, the normal gym guys, but these guys are huge. And the fun fact was the most fun I had about this match was Bro coming on the camel. That was something else because uh, Randy was actually shocked. I don't think it was in the script for him to do that because it was very weird and it was very funny because the whole crowd was laughing. But the match was overall,
It was a riddle thing to do.
yeah, it was a bro thing to do actually. But
True, true.
the match was good. I The two entrances, Randy's entrance and AJ's entrance was very good, and AJ was very good in the ring. Like his skills are very good. Almost not so much. Almost was lacking. Uh, but I this match was a good match. Like probably 7.5 out of 10 type of match.
Yes, 7 out of 10 for me as well. I mean, it was okay. Again, another match to pop the crowd more rather than anything to do with storyline perspective to say per se. But overall, fun match, fun audience interaction. Randy kept pumping the crowd up to make some noise, and the crowd kept responding to it, and it really makes a difference when the crowd reacts. You know, and that's what made this event, especially this crown jewel, very very responsive. the crowd was very responsive, and that really changed the atmosphere of the entire event.
Yeah. Ah, but it was a good match. You're like not so ordinary match. It was a good one of not best match, but it was a good match. Next match was Queen's Crown tournament. Zelina versus Doudrop. Okay, I was gonna write if they made Doudrop win, not because of anything racist or anything like that, but she's new and they didn't really make use of Zelina as much since I mean they dropped her and then they brought her back and it's the whole story. So they wanted to make
Mm,
they should have made her win and they did, but it was a good match. But it was kind of fast paced because we kind of knew who's gonna win because the whole body language of Doudrop wasn't as good as it should have been. So I mean, it was below average match, but a good match in a way. So I
mm.
probably give this 4 for me because it was just to pass the time for me. You, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was a four match as well, but I will give it a three because Duda beat Shayna Baszler on this way on the way to final. And I just can't get over the fact that because I when this whole thing started, the Queen of Town tournament, I really believe that they would give it to Shayna, and she would carry the crown and everything. And obviously, because Shayna's been such a good part of the women's wrestling side,
You know,
to be the
sometimes
first ever
sometimes I
queen
think it's
crowned.
because of the visas issues because they did have visa issues. Maybe Shayna was not wanting to go. I don't know. It could have been some.
Maybe, but again, they could have, delayed the final, anything, they could have, ended in a DQ or something like that, and
Yeah,
do it on a later date. But again, it is what it is. It was fine. It was, just a match. Nothing really emotionally connected for me, per
yeah,
se, but
normal
three
match.
out, 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it's 4 out of 10 for me. The next match, Goldberg versus Lashley in a no holds barred match. This was a good match. I really thought the match would end in like 5 seconds, like they usually do. And I was expecting it to end like in 5 or maximum 2 minutes, but this was a good match. Plus, I didn't really knew because in the score in the card, the match card, I didn't really properly read it, and I was lacking on watching the WWE Raw and SmackDown, so I didn't really know it was a no holds barred match or false count animated match. So that was a surprise for me, but this was a good match. I mean, last these are huge guys. I mean, these are huge guys, and no, no, no disrespect, but we could literally see. We were not sitting so close, but we could literally see each and every ab of these guys. It was that detailed. I mean, I'm just saying, and we were like, "What the heck?" I mean, it was good, but I couldn't watch the proper ending because we were so far. I watched it on the screen, but the sound was too good. The sound was too loud, and this match was a very good match. For me, it's like a 7.5 because we could we could see it live and we know it how it's good how it was so good, and it's a 7.5 for me.
Yeah, for me, I think for me it was much better than what I expected. I expected it just we were discussing it on WhatsApp as well before the event. That the Goldberg Lashley match would be like around 2 minutes,
Yeah,
maximum five if it's a no holds barred. But they kept it good pace. They kept it. They had some good spots, and obviously the finish was a great spot because the finish actually protects Lashley as well for the future. And because obviously it's Saudi Arabia, you really want Goldberg to be the standing champion. So it did both things. It was good. I think if MVP wasn't injured, it would have been a little more fun
Fun fact,
because his
there
his
was no bots.
yeah
There was no bots in the match.
yeah
For the first
yeah
time.
whenever Goldberg does a match and it just doesn't kill someone, so that's a good thing always. So I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for it because they did it and they did it properly. So 8 out of 10 for that.
Okay, so next was the King of the Ring men's division. It was Finn Balor versus Xavier Wood. And I mean, I wasn't happy with the ending. I wanted Finn to win, to be dead honest. But I was also disappointed with the fact of how the crowd was chanting. They were chanting the wrong name. It's Balor, not Balor. In fact, they were not even chanting Balor. They were chanting Balor. They were chanting Balor. It's not Balor. So anyone watching, it's not Balor. It's Balor. And
Mm,
it was a good match, but the ending was not good. So for me, it's like maybe a 5.56.
mm. For me, I think it was a good match. Not the best possible match that these two can put up because obviously, Phil has amazing amounts of talent and so does Xavier. We both know that. But it was no, it could have been better, but what it was. But I think for me, I think the result was right because Xavier was probably the only one missing in the New Day. Really didn't had some sort of a title with him. With him being king, crowned as king, New Day has a really good, now a legacy that would, I think puts them above one of the best tag team or factions of all time in wrestling history easily. So I think the result was right. Um, Finn really didn't have much to gain by being the king of the ring with the king gimmick because you have to do a gimmick with this, the king gimmick. So I think Woods would be more of a thing if he would do the king gimmick because uh, Finn is already Demon Balor, so he can do that. He has other gimmicks to go to other than just being the king. So I think fine for me, 7 out of 10.
There were actually two things which I want to add to this match. One was if they would have made Finn have, the demon Balor type of, again, like they made him do that, it would have been a good move because it would have made sense. The second was if they made him the demon Balor and they made him the king, then it would have been more good. Then, but the second thing was I see that the Saudi crowd is more behind the New Day. I mean, they support New Day more because I've never seen anyone chant for the New Day this much, even from since the New Day even like got made. And it was a surprising fact for me. So I'll just add these 2 points. Okay, so we'll move on to the next match, which was the WWE match, Big E versus Drew McIntyre. Again, no surprise. He's a part of the New Day, so crowd was chanting for him. But this was a good match. It was not a bad match. Uh, it was interesting. Like from the entrances till the end, Biggie has the potential to be the WWE champion. Like dead honest, he was being wasted before by WWE, like with the New Day chants and this and that, the dancing and everything. But he deserved it, and he has the potential to be it. And like even huge superstars. Drew is a huge superstar, but I'm talking about the big leagues. He can defeat the big leagues as well. He has the potential to do it. So this match was a very good match. I'll give it like five. One of the matches out there.
Yeah, it was a good match. It's, again, better than what I expected it to be because there were some good close falls, uh, you know, fall counts. There were some, good close ones that got, especially the Claymore that McIntyre hit. So there were very good close calls. and made the match, kept the match interesting. Because you never really, obviously you knew Big E was going to retain at the end of the day, but there were some moments you were like, okay,
Yeah, the
is
close calls.
McIntyre going to win? Yeah.
They were very close calls, like two. And the fact was, we made our own chant, like me and my friends who were there. So what we were like 1, 2, and if they kicked out, we would be like 0, and the crowd was like back at us, like, okay, let's do it. So and then they started to do it as well, which was weird, but it was fun. So
Mm.
it was a good match, no doubt.
Yeah, 7.5 for me. 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7 as well, 7.5. Next match, one of the best matches of the night. It was for the women's title, SmackDown women's title. Uh, Belair versus Banks versus. It was a very good match. Probably out of my friends, I was the only one who was rooting for Becky. They were rooting for Banks. And the entrances was good. The entrance was very good. Banks, of course. Uh, Snoop Doggy Dogg, we all know. Uh, so the crowd was really into it, and they didn't really have too much bad moments in the match. They like they performed very good for a match of this intensity. It was very good. And I believe we didn't have such sort of matches before. Yani this big of this big intensity matches. We didn't have it in Saudi Arabia before. This was the first time, and it was very good. And Bank, Banks lost, Belair lost, Becky win, and the man wins. And this was a very good match. I'll give it like a 9 out of 10, and I'll let you take it.
I know. I mean, obviously, we know the three women, all three great, and Sasha, Belair, and Becky. And obviously, I think for now the right move was to for Becky to retain, rather than Banks, because Banks already is on SmackDown. She has Charlotte as her next upcoming contender. Becky and Belair are moving to Raw, so they had their own story. So obviously, there were only two opportunities. Like there was either Belair winning or Becky, and there was obviously chances for Belair to win. But I think the right move by making sure that Becky won, retained, and all three women really gave it their all because at the end of the day, finally they got a chance to perform in Saudi Arabia women, a proper match. Because the last year it was just throwaway match with Charlotte and Natalia, but this one was a proper match. It was given proper time. They had proper spots. They had a proper story going in the match, and I think for that, A plus efforts, 8.5 out of 10. Easy.
I'll give it, yeah, it was a very good match. 9. I think I've already given it a 9. If I'm not wrong. And then we come to the main event. Roman Reigns versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Okay, I was confused. I still am with Lesnar. He deserved to win. And both of these guys, when they came out, the entrance was loud. And probably the biggest like crowd reaction of the nights, which was expected. Even but this match was good. I mean, it was very good. Reigns was at the top of his game. Lesnar was at his top of his game. We could literally hear each and every, like, even the punches you could hear them because they were literally throwing them. It was not like the people who say it's fake. Fine, it may be scripted, but it's not fake. This I know now, and I'm kind of disappointed at the end, the result because I wanted Lesnar to win, and he had the potential to win. It's very difficult for me to rate this match, but I'll give it approximately a 9.5. The point 0.5 I will just deduct it because of the ending because I didn't really expect it, and well, we stood up and we were like, giving the hands and everything when this happened. You know what this means. So I'll let you take it through.
Well, my tribal chief won, so you know I'm happy. But anyhow, overall, I think uh, the matches that Lesnar and Roman Reigns have had in the past, I think it was one of the better ones. It was surely, it was more equal. It was more, it was better between the two because the two, both of them were at the top of their games. Lesnar as a baby face now because Lesnar has always been a heel, and Reigns as a heel now, while he has always been the baby face, was a very good, fun little, segment in the mix of it. And knowing that Reigns is probably easily on the best run of his career, easily right now. So obviously, WWE wants him to have that title longer than Lesnar. So they were going to, Reigns winning was pretty much sure at the end of the day, but still there were moments that you thought, oh my god, what's going to happen? Especially the Heyman stuff. That was kind of when he threw the title in the middle. Obviously, Paul Heyman's reactions and face reactions are always good because that man is wrestling. He's not a wrestler per se, but as a character in as a wrestling character, he's one of the greatest of all. Paul Heyman,
Yeah.
giving the reactions that he does to make matches even better. And I think it was a great match. For me, again, match of the night would still be the Hell in a Cell match, the Rollins versus Edge. So I would give this 8.5.
I
Although Roman Reigns won, yeah. But I think the match of the night would still go to Rollins and Edge for that spectacular Hell in a Cell match and the great start that it was. But obviously, Reigns is Reigns, Lesnar is Lesnar, and this rivalry is not going well, judging by uh, Lesnar promising to be in the SmackDown. Fingers crossed.
Before I end, I want to give a huge props to the cleaning team because the way they clean after the match, it's one heck of a job. And I will say it was one of the good events. I'll say probably one of the best events which happened in Saudi Arabia out of the three crown jewels which happened already. And
Hmm.
so yeah, I guess this is probably it from our end. So
Yeah,
thank
easily, I would say the same. Crown Jewel 2021 was the best Saudi Arabia shows of all time. Till now, obviously. I hope things get better. I hope, matches get better over time. But for now, I think it was the best Crown Jewel. Easily the best match card because the match card made sense. There were big matches on the card, and the wrestlers really delivered.
Yeah, I guess this is probably it from our end. So like, subscribe, and comment. Um, Anything you want to add, and This is us signing off. Till next time.